I want us to bring the women team also, Police Bullets. As Police FC, the men's team, are on the cusp of history. The women team have already made it 2 out of 2. Let's take a look at how they played at the weekend and what Coach Berlin had to say.
I'm sure you guys by now already know the story. So many girls left the camp. Then we had to pretty much start a new team. So it has not been easy, but there's been progression for sure in how we play, in terms of the style, personnel. So I would say we've made progress.
It has been a hectic season, not as smooth as last season was, but we thank God that we are here. The girls have tried, they've pushed themselves. And I will say that I'm very happy because the Kenya Women Premier League is really gaining something, and we can see that the competition is getting tougher every day. That's why in this season you've seen that we've won it, but with a difference of only 2 points.
Toasting to the title, that's Madam Beldin Odemba, Zita's good friend,
yes,
and
yes,
she's
yes.
all smiles. Benson, probably there's a point you wanted to make. Maybe you can tie it with the Bullets.
Yes, just to cap it off, Swila. I guess Shitera is not okay with that, but the inclusion of Munga Nyale and PS Raymond Omolo to the project which Kenya Police are bringing up, you can see the results. That it shows you that when seriousness and some seriousness is brought in to some project, you can see the results, the positive results that you get. Even the Kenya Women's Premier League, you see it's getting, is gaining the momentum that is needed. That we are seeing our ladies out there showcasing their talent, you know, and being able to win. And being on an international level. I guess that's a plus for us, even for the ladies and the boys. As we have said, it's only time that I can tell if Kenya Police will maintain the league status and showcase even on the international stage that what Gor Mahia failed to do, so that Kenya Police then can bring out the light and that we have been deemed in the international stage.
Zita, I know you follow Police Bullets closely.
Yes.
But what's the magic there? Is it Beldin? Is Beldin making things work, or is it the holistic approach everyone is talking about here, good management? But look at Beldin and the coaching philosophy. She's been outstanding. Give it to her.
Beldin, she's been outstanding, as you said, winning the league back-to-back like that, like last season and this season. Let us just give her flowers to Sitoe anything, because she has shown what she can do where in the pitch. Something that I really wanted to point out, it's like, I just want to talk about the federation, because at the end of it, and then all these, the teams has been struggling. But again, it's not only doing what, putting that trophy up. We need to know how much the money, how much the teams are being given for after winning this league. Because at the end of it, teams have been struggling. I did fans on, I think you listen to it, and they were actually telling what the teams have been going through. Let's talk about Kisumu all Starlets. They traveled yesterday around 7:30 from Kisumu to Nairobi. Wakafika hapa asubuhi around 6 a.m. 6 a.m. ni kukunywa chai, kwenda kulala 1 hour, and then maybe because these actually for the finals zimechezwa too, but again at that time games za madem zote they're always at 10 a.m. Imagine there's no time that these girls have time to do what, to relax or do something, and then after that 2 hours they're playing against their opponent.
Absolutely.
So something else that the playing surface. They were complaining about the playing surface.
It's a major challenge. And Zita, you're raising an important point.
It's a major challenge.
We're talking about the surface. Let's take a listen to what the coach had to say regarding their season and the weekend matches. The Kisumu Starlets and Ulinzi Starlets, we can have it back to back.
Maybe the girl child. Unapata in terms of logistics, we have a very big problem. kwa sababu even it's through God's mercy we could have given a walkover. I had to knock doors for us to come to Nairobi. We have a lot of challenges. Si uongo. More so, unajua, since we are playing Premier League, we have to look for players outside the county. They have to eat. They have to travel. Again, we don't have that finance, so it makes things become a little bit harder. But we thank God, the friends and the community that we have in Kisumu. Wametusukuma. Tumemaliza league safer. We hope and ask the federation come next season, kama wataangalia the girl child, since nimeona there's a little bit goodies on the men football. So tusisahau wasichana wetu, kwa sababu football ni football, hakuna yenye ni rahisi na ni ngumu. We travel, use the same resources.
Kukuja ilikuwa shida kidogo, so ilibidi tungoje mpaka late kidogo. Tulitoka Kisumu saa 1 usiku. Kufika pia tumefika, ni kulala kidogo, asubuhi uamke ukule, ukuje grao. Challenges ni mob. Nini, ligi ya madem, teams hazina do kabisa. Teams zina struggle kuona fixtures. Inapata team inatoka Kisumu kuja kucheza Nairobi, wana travel usiku. Unapata hiyo fatigue. Mtacheza vizuri lakini hiyo fatigue itarudi iwalemee. Unapata una lose game. Then ni hiyo tu motivation madem sawana. Kitu kidogo tu federation inaweza come up nayo next season at least imotivate madem wanajituma huku nje na wamejitolea.
Challenge ya kwanza tulipoteza coach wetu ambaye alikuwa hapo, ni pioneer wa team, and then transition ikatokea kiasi, and then transition nyingine pia ikahappen. So kwa hizo transition zote, at least at the end of the day wasichana walijua kitu kufanya, wamereza up to occasion, and here we are. Kulingana na tumemaliza, God willing, tumemalizia, tutaanzia hapo na next season tuko na malengo mingi sana.
And of course, those are the sentiments they are raising heated debate here. Zita, just 5 seconds. There's a point you're making.
I don't want to say anything because the Kisumu Starlets have already said everything. They've said what the teams have been going through. They've seen walkovers that have been given. Wydada, you see, they dissolved their team after first leg. But again, talking about that, let's just give flowers again to Lindsay. When the coach came in, of course, after they had a tragic coach dying. Of course, they were number 18, and then now they are second on the team. So congratulations to Lindsay Starlets. Congratulations to Police Bullets. Of course, that's my team. I love it so much. So congratulations to it.
Okay,
yes. Now, 3 things. 1, when I initially said, in Kenya, the police are known for most bad things. There's a correction that these teams are rectifying. And, you know, their mission and vision, both the men and the women side, is policing through community. And now, through the community aspect, football and sports come in. I think the media department of the whole National Police Service Commission should up their game and speak about many of the gains they make, particularly in athletics and other disciplines, and including this. Now, secondly, the Kenya Police Bullets, it will be not fair to speak about its success and not knowing their history. I'll just give you a small history. The reason why this team was cobbled up and formed was a part of compliance of the law. These are law enforcers. Now, there's what we call the club licensing rules.
The CAF club licensing rules.
The CAF club licensing rules. When it was at its inception in 2017, some clubs fought off, and then the court stopped. And then CAF later came in sometimes in 2021, 2022, and said, hey guys, you must comply to this. Now, there are several limbs of compliance. One of the limbs was you must have a female side. And Kenya Police hurriedly cobbled up a team.
Actually, all the clubs in the top tier had to meet that. Yes.
And if you check on all the clubs how their female sides are performing, only Kenya Police is performing. What does it tell you? The leadership has been so focused, consistent, and they know what they really want.
But remember, this is a team that was performing well before even transforming to Kenya Police. So you should also understand the same history.
I have a different view, because they are not performing with Coach Berlin, and the acquisitions of players.
They were performing though.
They were performing in their own way.
Under their old name?
No. Did they bag what Kenya Police Bullets has done?
They didn't, but they were competing with the Vihiga United at their time. I mean, Vihiga Queens. And if we benchmark with the Vihiga Queens, I think Kenya Police Bullets, they have a mountain to climb. Because remember, this is a team that has qualified for the Women's CAF Champions League.
Which team?
Vihiga Queens. So they have not Bullets.
No, they have not. But
so that's a challenge I'm posing to them. Yeah. That's a challenge I'm posing to them. I mean, that yes, they have won.
This is a 2-year-old team.
Go back to the original name. It's not a 2-year team.
No, it's a 2-year-old team coming from another, through another management.
That was rebranding. If I'm getting
it was not
correct.
It was not rebranding.
The point is bringing
yes.
This team was in the top division.
Yes.
But then police acquired and changed the name.
Yes.
Yeah. No. And if I'm trying to get the point he's making is, at police right now we have some order. Tranquility.
Yes.
Finances is not an issue. And now probably they need to build on that with this league triumph and go conquer Africa.
Correct.
They're on the path, on the verge of conquering Africa.
Let them get there.
Give them time.
Allow me to say that teams like Kenya Police in the local league, Kenya Police, Ulinzi, those teams that have well-structured management and staff, they're lucky, let me say that. Because as a former player, Swila, I remember having played Swila, having played
rugby player.
I'm the one speaking. Swila, having played football and rugby.
Let's just say you didn't play
football and rugby. Putting it, having played football and rugby.
I played football under Hulia and rugby under Mwanja.
Hey.
So
I never met you,
you know, you only played under.
I never met him on the pitch.
Swila, teams like Kenya Police, as I said, and Ulinzi are lucky to have well-structured management, and because I remember back in my days, we used to be paid 50 shillings, you know, from Meru, and you have to go back to Nairobi.
Having played
everything,
shillings.
You know.
Why didn't you play for bombers in Meru? You have to come all the way to Nairobi?
Because you are traveling. That coach was speaking for many teams, because when in terms of funding, many teams, when they're promoted, you know, they don't get that funding and they have to knock doors. We need like 100,000 for players.
By the way, just hold on, Wakili, but it's not an excuse, because
it's not an excuse.
Rules and regulations, you know, before I go to the top division, this is what expected of me. There's the clause we are calling financial safeguards.
Yes.
It's upon you as a team to ensure we have the necessary financial safeguards to take us through the season.
Yes, Twila. Those structures are well laid off, but you know, these companies and these people who are coming in as sponsors and everything, they promise you a lot.
Here's
the
solution.
They promise you, but when you get to
this is the solution. We have seen the men's Premier League. At least they have a broadcasting partner who is bringing in monies for broadcasting, that is Azam. There's a way we now need to repackage the Kenya Women Premier League so that it can be magnetic enough to attract potential sponsors. Without that, then we will just be coming here, speak loud, clap for them, then they still come with
10 seconds later.
And Swila, these teams, you remember when the club licensing came in and we told the Kenya Women Premier League that teams that this is where the honey is. When you're going to make all these, your demand has to be on the table before a team acquires it to be under them. But what happened? Kulikuwa na ile rush to mimi bora nimechukua hiyo team, I need the club license.
That is why Kenya Police build on a team that was already established. So if there's the teams that, even women teams that are under other teams that are in the Premier League, they are struggling, because when we come to their close, like Wakili will talk about that, because at the end of it, they did not have the lawyer there to give them the direction.
Now,
you can have a lawyer, but somebody who wants to negate on a promise will just negate it.
We had action